With Own Every Word, you can own every word in the metaverse.
Hammy Ground.
Dunkles. Oppo Time Snack.
And every word is a one of one. And do we have a roadmap and utility? You bet your ass. Have you read it all yet? Okay. Own Every Word. It's another NFT project.
Hey everybody, welcome to Own Every Word, the game show. The game show where our dedicated audience called The Word Heard submits answers to fill in the blank statements, and then a panel of comedians debate which is the best answer. Whichever word herder submitted the best word will go on to win an incredible NFT prize. I am your host, Matt Harris, and we're going to start our show tonight the way that we tend to start our shows, and that's with the Wizard's Pick, which is the Wizard's favorite card from last week. Let's take a look.
Doorman! Doorman! I don't think they're going to let me into the doorman. I'm 42.
Absolutely essential, that doorman, and essentials will learn the difference between dry humping and wet humping. Enjoy. We will meet our panel shortly, but first let's throw caution to the wind and dive into our round one. Now, usually we have a theme. And as some of you may know, if you are in the continual United States, tomorrow is a little holiday that we call Thanksgiving. So in honor of that, our theme tonight will be family. So let's look at what this family of writers that we have came up with for our round one prompt. My parents are way nicer to my brother just because I collect NFTs and he's a prominent blank. Let's see what the word herd came up with. Huh. Hang on a second. This is a different round. Oh, yeah. Word herd wizards. Let me let you know something. I'm looking at the wrong.
This is actually the right words.
Is this the right round word?
Yeah, this is the right words. It's the wrong prompt at the top.
Gotcha. Yeah. Never mind.
Sorry, typo error.
Wait,
didn't we do this last week? I knew she was my long lost twin.
Yeah.
It's
the right submission.
So. Oh, okay.
Much like a Thanksgiving dinner, everybody, just pretend that you didn't see what happened with the adults, and we're going to move right on. So my parents are nicer to my brother.
So true.
Just because I collect NFTs, and he's a prominent blank. Let's see what it is up there. He's a prominent cowgirl. He's a prominent kin. He's a prominent tarantula academic. He's a prominent virgin. He's a prominent unprincipled Cooper. He's a prominent overachiever. He's a prominent newscaster's beach cruiser. He's a prominent anchor boy. He's a prominent big boy. He's a prominent soccer winner. Let me addendum that he's a prominent anchor. I'm throwing in boys there. So this is what we have. This is what we're looking at. All of these make me think of things that are exude prominence. So, Sam, Kimbrell, what jumps out at you first?
Obviously, the World Cup just started. Soccer winner. Clearly, the parents would be, a little bit more impressed with a soccer winner, but that's temporary, especially if they're here in the United States, because we kind of care about soccer or football, as some of the other folks around the world call it. That would be one that sticks out. But I think, honestly, if he's a prominent cowgirl, he's probably pretty good at cowgirling. And that's something to be impressed by. Yeah, lassoing. There we go. Lassoing.
Lassoing. Right. As it goes. So, Phil Ranta, you've heard that. What jumps out at you?
I am an NFT collector, and I have a brother who my parents are more proud of than me. So I feel like this one touches very close to home. I would think that being a prominent overachiever, naturally, because that's what he is. But also, my parents.
It's fixed.
What's fixed? What's fixed? Nothing was wrong. Go back to your dinner. I'm sorry, Phil. You were saying
that was a straight up Thanos blip that happened right there, and I love it. I'm here for it. But my parents are Catholic. Being a prominent virgin, I think they'd be pretty proud of. Well, good for him. He held out. He was one of the few that actually followed this religion thing. I also like prominent big boy, but I feel like big boy is kind of like a cheat code this game show. Like you can play it for almost anything, and it's one of the best. And so I'm starting to resent it a little bit.
We do see a lot of big boys. That is very true. And knock it off. So, Jordan Pomaville, you've heard your compatriots here. What jumps out at you?
Well, overachiever, I think, obviously has to stand out. That's a big one. Also, I'm with Phil here. Virgin. I mean, what's a prominent virgin? Most prominent virgin is the Pope. Mm-hmm. So if your brother's done pretty well for himself, he's the Pope. Tarantula academic. There's a lot of prominent entomologists. But honestly, I'm leaning towards soccer winner because I like when people yell and it doesn't quite make sense. So if you were really upset because your brother is on Team USA, you're like, Mom likes him because he's some prominent soccer winner, and that doesn't, So I don't know. So those are the ones I'm thinking about.
I got you. I do like that so far that what the Pope is best known for is not for being a bridge between man and God, but the world's most famous virgin. So we've heard all of our first impressions. Now it's time to get out your writing utensil and your writing surface and begin to writing. But first, let's go over to Sam Proof and the Word Herd and see if they can sway us in whatever way they can.
All right, starting us off, Yo-Yo Johnson says, prominent virgin. Didn't even read the prompt, so that was interesting. Callie Mullally says, big boy. Is it that kind of night? It's always a big boy kind of night, isn't it? I mean, isn't it? Doge the Count says, virgin, touched for the very first time. Now that's stuck in everyone's head. Thank you so much for that, which is good because my wife was playing Smash Mouth earlier, and at least this is better. Mogwai Shadow says, I love cowgirls. And then there's nothing. It's just, okay, no, there's stuff. It says, but soccer winner, totally not because it's mine. Okay.
Believable.
Well, yeah, trust that. Fungus says, Spider-Man is a tarantula academic. That is accurate facts. Thank you for bringing the truth bomb. That is, I like that. We're going to make that a t-shirt. Mogwai's in with, I liked cowgirl better for the first mistake prompt. I don't know what you're talking about, but that is that says prompt and not prompt. So I assume it was very meta, this comment. And then Yo-Yo Johnson wrapping us up with Newscasters Beach Cruiser is the guy on the beach who interviews people and talks about weather while on the beach. So let's see whether we can come to a consensus while not on the beach. Back to you.
Boom. Oh, zinged it right over. I got to say I respect that. So here we are. We're back. Let's see. There was some writing going on. Mr. Sam Kimbrell, where did you land on this?
Well, Matt, as you know, I've never had sex, so I support those in the virgin world. Last week I was a dominatrix. This week, hold on. Yeah.
That's range. That's range you're showing, Sam.
I do.
Virgin.
Yeah, virgin. Hey, listen, a dominatrix and a virgin do not have to be mutually exclusive.
I'm the only one. That's what makes me so, sought after, is I'm kind of confused while I do it.
It's a high price point right there. So, Phil Ranta, where did you land on all this?
I feel like Virgin Dominatrix needs to be pitched to Adult Swim immediately. I feel like that could be a Justin Roiland joint at one point. I'm a dominatrix, but I'm also a virgin. I don't like having sex, but I tend to agree with what was being said. Prominent virgin, because that's the Pope's biggest accomplishment. Everyone looks at that tall hat and goes, "You virgin."
Is he surprised? Is that a look of surprise on his face?
It's a look of him going, "Huh?" Because everyone's calling him virgin. That's what I imagine, was everyone going, "Virgin, virgin," and the Pope being like, "I do more than this."
Fair, absolutely fair. All right, so that's two virgins, and And then we're on to you, Jordan Pomaville.
Two
What do
virgins.
you say?
My favorite John Lennon and Yoko Ono album. Let's make this. Well, first of all, I think as we all know, no, that's mean about soccer. Anyway, it's virgin. I was gonna make a joke about soccer players being virgins, but no.
Well,
no, it's more about the Pope, I think.
Yeah, that's all we. The Pope is a virgin, and virgin is our winner. And so, really, score one for the Catholic Church on our round one here, because they're coming up shining like daisies in their pure virginal sense. Congratulations to our submitter of virgin. We're going to get your name up there pretty soon enough and celebrate your win. You have an official, unofficial Miggy. You have an official. Unofficial.
Wait, the guy from the Detroit Tigers won? Wow.
Yes. Who knew? Who knew?
The word herd is powerful.
Congrats, virgin.
But Miggy in with the virgin, and congratulations to you. And now we've heard it. We've had a round go down. Let's take a time to say hi to our panel, everybody. Hi, panel.
Hey,
Hello.
Matt.
Hey.
You wonderful judges. You look. First up, let's talk about the man who loves a good one shot. He's a producer, writer extraordinaire. Sam Kimbrell, how you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. Tomorrow is Turkey Day, and the day after is Black Friday.
These are facts.
Educational.
Yes, these are absolute facts. You heard it here first, everybody. So Sam, welcome. He'll be dropping truth bombs like that all night long. And we move on now and say hello to the man with the tie, the own every word editor-in-chief, the man with the words behind him and hovering over his head, Mr. Jordan Pomaville. How you doing tonight?
I'm great, Matt. I just got to do this show so I can get out to the bar and see all my old friends from high school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are they in town?
Yes.
Well, no, it's just what you do the night before Thanksgiving. I'm going to say, Sam, I really resent people who call it Turkey Day. It bothers me a lot.
You know what? I resent people who have friends. So you know what? Fuck you too.
You took the thanks out of Thanksgiving and turned it into Turkey Day.
But he also took the giving out of it, so that's good.
Yeah, it's all about me and my turkey, my bucket of turkey.
Right?
Where are you getting a bucket of turkey? What is going on?
You guys
here?
don't get a bucket of turkey?
That Kentucky Fried Turkey.
Yeah, you go down to the guy in the alley and he gives you a bucket of turkey and goes, Thank you for giving to me.
Wow.
Right? That's what everybody does.
As is tradition.
I don't live in the valley. I don't know what that life's like. But we have animosity and truth bombs coming at you today. We are filling the Thanksgiving with rue. And speaking of rueful people, Phil Ranta, he is the man. He is the myth. He is the one with an arcade behind him. How are you tonight, Phil Ranta?
Good. I'm excited for Small Business Saturday, for Cyber Monday. There's so many wonderful holidays coming up, and I'm excited for a week from today being the migration to Kronos for the words, and I'm excited for the friggin' prizes to finally go out because it's been a little while. And there's so much I'm excited about for the game, the web-based game to finally launch, which will be shortly after the Kronos thing. I'm excited about a lot, but man, we're grinding over here in the garage.
We'll see you at the bar, Phil.
Yeah. I need it. I need a whiskey sour stat.
I'll see you in the alley, Phil. We're getting a bucket of turkey.
That's not turkey. That's human flesh.
Yeah. Sorry. I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to wait till Christmas.
What? You're saying turkeys don't have hands?
Yeah.
But there you have it, folks. All right. Now, the
Turkeys
truth.
don't have fingernails, Sam.
That's the name of my book.
Yeah,
Turkeys
there
don't
we
have
go.
fingernails.
And other essays.
Yes.
So you're Shel Silverstein. Okay.
There you go. He is Sam I Am, everybody. And now that we are all better acquainted and saying hello, shall we get on into round two? Oh, my goodness. Round two. And let's see what our family-oriented writers have come up with. I can't eat any more of your stuffing, Mom. It's too blank. Let's see what the word herd came up with. I can't eat any more of your stuffing, Mom. It's too soapy. It's too prolific. It's too jam-packed. It's too disrespectful. It's too regaled. It's too ligatured. It's too gruesome. It's too challenging. It's too crunchy. It's too fat. All of these would make a mother just weep openly and resent the day you were born. And I love you, Word Heard, for it. You are all psychopaths, and I'm here for it. So let's check out our panel and see where they fall on this. Phil Ranta, you are a man of a good. You're a good quick judge. All right, you can size something up real quick. So how do you size this up?
There's a lot that I like here for very different reasons. One is like everybody's had that stuffing that's too crunchy, where it's just like the croutons didn't cook long enough, and that's it's gross. It's disgusting. I like the idea of gruesome stuffing because it makes me think that they're like the turkey meat in there still had like blood and feathers in it and stuff. It's like, oh, I can see the dead body, which I think is interesting. Ultimately, though, the one that makes me smile the most is prolific, because I feel like he's being kind of like coy about it. Like, I can't eat anymore. It's just so amazing. It's the most prolific stuff you have, Ma. So I can't eat anymore. It's just too good, Ma. It's prolific, Ma. Like, that's what I imagine of this teenager that's saying this.
Oh, there was a teenager. I thought it was like a drunk Tony Danza.
It's a prolific, Ma.
Angela, it's
Mona.
prolific turkey.
This is prolific, Angela.
I knew you were going to say Angela, and I was waiting for it.
It's gotta happen.
It's not a Tony Danza without it. All right. And so, Jordan Pomaville, what jumps out at you here?
Jam-packed jumps out at me because it's stuffing, and it sounds like there's too much stuffed in. I don't know. Challenging because I thought like it's like, if you finish all of Mom's stuffing, you get a T-shirt and it says I did the Mom stuffing challenge. It also might be something the teens are doing on YouTube this week. But of course, honestly, the one that just made me laugh right off the top was soapy. I don't know. That sounds terrible. Anyway.
Well, especially knowing that it's too soapy. Right? Like it's soapy. It's too soapy. A little bit we can get away with, but too much and no good. All right, love them, all of them valid. So let's go to the man who is probably been eating human flesh, Sam Kimbrell.
As you know, Matt, I eat human flesh. So none of these really, get me clutching my pearls. As you know, I'm usually wearing pearls and I'm clutching them when I see such offensive prompts and offensive suggestions. But I think the one that sticks out for me really is jam-packed. It feels like, what is it jam-packed with? It's jam-packed with unorganic, non-organic ingredients, and that's not a good stuffing.
No, I could absolutely agree with that. See, I hear jam-packed, and it makes me think that something is actually packed with jam.
Oh yeah.
And really, you don't want a too sweet stuffing, I don't think. These are all wonderful first impressions. So let's see what really gets impressed. Let's see what impresses you permanently, and express it in the form of writing. And while you're doing that, we're going to pop on over to Sam Proof and the Word Heard and see what impresses them.
All right, starting us off, Doge says, too fat because your mom. Is this the first your mom joke we've had in like 35 episodes?
Whoa!
How did we not? It was D's nuts like 2 weeks ago, and your mom just made it? All right, anyway. Irish Lunatic says it's too store-bought. Not one of the suggestions, but it's a good one. Mogwai says disrespectful, deaf, great insult. Yeah, I like that. I felt that was my go-to. But my opinions don't matter. Only yours. Spin to Turtle says I'm listening but prepping as well. Talk about someone who's trying to be most prolific. There you go. Shiba Dog says crunchy stuffing has to kind of suck though, for real. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good experience at all. Like, you got what, nachos in there or something? It's not stuff. It's not right. Fungus says jam-packed with too many secret ingredients and also all of the other suggested words. Yeah, you're right. Jam-packed. Every other word falls into that. Sure.
Ooh.
Callie Mullally says jam-packed stuffing should not be sweet, right? But I mean, it's everything. It's like sweet, sour, metal. Cool. Spin the Turtle says Sam probably gets canned turkey and just says he gets it in a bucket to feel better about the canned turkey. Let's be clear. If anything, and this is a Sam defending a Sam, it's not just canned turkey. It's the one where it's got the layers of Thanksgiving. So it's turkey, gravy, potato, corn, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce. And you just cut off a big wedge of that. It's delicious. All right, let's see if we can't cut off a wedge of consensus. Back to y'all.
I love it. I think what Sam Proof just described was a pie. So it's all of these things can work in a pie. But hey, listen, at the very least, a casserole. But what am I doing talking recipes when I have people here to check in with? And let's check in with them. So Phil, Ranta, where were you influenced and what were you impressed with?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good arguments that happened since mine, but I was swayed by both the word heard and something Sam said. I think that ultimately jam-packed is the way to go because it's packed with jam. There's a turtle in there, and I think a hamburger and an old-timey phone. It's just like you wouldn't want to eat something that's just jam-packed with jam and other such nonsense. It's packed with nonsense.
I feel like that's a poster for a beach cleanup, Phil.
Yeah, it is. That's the plastic straw that went up the turtle's nose came from a jam-packed stuffing.
Yeah, I like that it's framed between two hands that are obviously up in shock and surrender there.
No more.
It's like, this is too much. Now, the point of it was that was the hands that were jam-packing it. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
The hands that put the whole entire
perspective.
jar of jam inside there.
See, this is where we get, again, truth bombs dropping all night. You heard it here first, word heard. So Jordan Pomaville, what about yourself?
You know what? I stuck with my guns. I went with challenging, right there. Yeah, because it's Mom's Stuffing Challenge, and if you win, you get a little T-shirt that says "Stuffing Champ."
Oh
your
boy.
stuffing's free.
That's a tombstone.
That's a T-shirt. That's a T-shirt. You could wear it for
permanent
beach
T-shirt.
cleanup. We're gonna
I would
pick up all
love
that
to have
shit
that
in
on my
Phil's
tombstone.
picture.
Yeah.
I feel like a shirt that just said "Stuffing Champ" outside of any Thanksgiving context would be really open for interpretation.
Yeah.
It's a flex.
But I will say, hey, that's right, Moonraven. And I will say though, it's a very positive take that you have on challenging, because to me, challenging is such like a low-key passive aggressive thing to say about someone's food. I can't. It's just too challenging.
Right.
The cookies are a bit challenging.
Like that's the kind of thing that would destroy a person right there. But you put a positive spin on it, as you are wont to do. But let's talk about a positive spin of a human being, and that's Sam Kimbrell with his canned ham. And what did you come up with?
Well, Matt, as you know, I am a dirty virgin dominatrix. So if Mom serves me stuffing that's too soapy, I'm going to turn it down. Say, Mom, make it dirty for your son, the dirty virgin dominatrix, Mom.
Oh, jeez.
The whole family would just be like, Sam, this holiday's not about you. For the last
You're assuming I
time.
was invited. I'm surprised I'm even at the event to even get to the stuffing at that point.
I'm super invested in Sam's character arc this week.
It's a lot happening.
It's going. There really
I'm
is.
really like, now I got to know what's going on.
He's hitting.
Like
He's
season
I
6
can't-
of 24.
I
Where
can't
it's
wait
like
for
there's
two
too
for
much
round now.
happening now.
It's a twist behind a twist behind a twist. You think it's going one way, and then next. But here's what we have here, gentlemen, is a non-consensus. We have a 3-way absolute split where everybody's going all which way and everything, and we need to come to a consensus. So. I'm not going to you right first, Sam. All right, because you're figuring out your identity. Jordan Pomaville, I'm going to give you a chance. Why don't you convince your friends here?
Well, guys, we could go with challenging, and it could be a passive aggressive thing. It could be about mom's stuffing challenge, where if you eat it, it's free. You get the T-shirt. But at the same time, I completely understand jam-packed as well as soapy. Again, very invested in Sam's character arc this week.
Okay, well, you said jam-packed, so then now Phil Ranta. You know, you got the beach cleanup, you got the turtle, you got with the straw.
Yeah.
What can you do to convince your
I thought that you guys did a wonderful job convincing me of challenging, because it's like, I do imagine that Food Network moment on Chopped where they're like, this is challenging. Like I like that image. I still like jam-packed, but I think I'd be willing to go over to the challenging side.
Ooh, well, we've got two leaning towards challenging. Sam Kimbrell, can you break this tie, or can you convince them to go your way?
Well, usually I'm trying. Oh, man.
Can you wedge this into your narrative, Sam? Can you fit challenging in?
I'm always coming up with new ways to, get my sub to sort of, be tortured. You know what I mean? As a virgin dominatrix. So if mom makes a challenging stuffing, I can feed it to my sub, right? And that can be sort of like lick the glove, smell the boot.
You sniff the glove and you lick the boot, Sam.
So challenge the stuffing.
Well, it looks like challenging is the one who's pulling ahead. Challenging, you know what? We're going to go ahead and call it. Boom. Round 2 goes to challenging. Congratulations. This was a challenging round. Diamond hands. Look, that's what this round was made out of. Made out of pressure and time. So you will be seeing a.
I like Menage
Consensus.
Yeah. Menage Consensus is a new name for our game show here, gang.
There you go. Well, those are the T-shirts we'll get made up with Stuffing Champ on the back. And we have our winner. So Diamond Hands, look for that official, unofficial NFT coming to you. And now we move on to round 3. Round 3. When my family plays football after Thanksgiving dinner, we don't tackle each other. You're down as soon as you're blank. Oh, I like this story already. We are cresting. Let's see what Act 3 brings us. What did the word hurt submit? When my family plays football after Thanksgiving dinner, we don't tackle each other. You're down as soon as you're pestered, as soon as you're broke, as soon as you're sweaty, as soon as you're high, as soon as you're out for the count, as soon as you're obese, as soon as you're authenticating aloofness, as soon as you're inhibiting, as soon as your death blow, as soon as you're bent. All of these would be a football game I would want to see. So what about you, Jordan Pomaville? What about these jumps out at you?
These are all great. This is very important because the way you judge someone's Thanksgiving football game is their rules. That's how you judge a family. True. And so it really depends on what kind of family this is. Is it, as soon as people get sweaty, you're down? That seems kind of lame, but some people are like that. That sounds like the waspy New England sort of, we wore our sweaters and, khakis to throw a football around. Right. Out for the count, I think it's kind of hardcore. I'm kind of in for that. You're not down until you're fucking unconscious. So here comes Uncle Dan. He's going to clothesline you. And same goes for death blow, which feels like a less grammatically correct out for the count.
Yep.
So that's what's popping to me.
Absolutely can see that. So Sam Kimbrell, what about yourself?
Well, the only acceptable answer, Matt, is death blow. And I'll tell you why. My family is violent when we play our old pigskin games. We have bats, we have cat o' nine tails, we have swords, we have knives, we have guns. We're going at it. If you want to score in the old red zone, you got to get past grandma who's holding a 22. So death blow is the only answer, clearly.
Absolutely. Although I will put this in your brain. I don't think you're playing football. with your
Don't you
family.
dare put anything in my brain, Matt Harris. You leave me and my bucket of turkey alone.
Absolutely. It sounds more like a gang fight, but potato, right? One person's gang fight is another person's family football outing. So death blow, I'm with you. Phil Ranta, a person who comes from, I bet you've thrown the old pigskin around a couple times in the backyard. So what jumps out at you?
Yeah, after Thanksgiving. Yeah, Jordan. Yeah. Not well. I can't throw a spiral, but I try. I like broke because I don't imagine like money broke. I imagine it's like once you got a broken bone, you're out. Like it's almost like out for the count, but it's kind of like once you've been broke, then you were down, right? Feels good. Obese stands out to me only because it's post-Thanksgiving meal. So it's like one of those things where I just imagine people continuing to eat turkey while they're playing. I want another piece of pie while I play. And then they're like, he's too obese now. You got to go sit down, Uncle Dan. You got to sit down. But I tend to agree. Death blow really stood out to me because it's just, it's not just like you're down as soon as you're dead. It's you're down as soon as you're like Mortal Kombat style fatality. Like somebody ripped out your spine, or it's just another day at the Kimbrell house.
Boom. That's what I'm saying.
What is Uncle Dan's finishing move?
I think that he's probably like the scorpion, pull out the spine and hold it up. I would think.
Sure.
That's what I imagine as a death blow.
Exactly. A bunch of Vikings on the panel today, as we can see. And so with that, take out your axe, dip it in blood, begin writing down your final answer while we go over to Sam Proof and the Word Herd and see what violence they're brewing up.
All right, starting us off, Yo-Yo Johnson just laughing uncontrollably at obese. Thanks for that. We know who you are. Mogwai Shadow says, I want high if Deathblow doesn't crush this. I sense ownership, but yes, let's all see what we can get. Deathblow or high. Doge says, in tone with the season, we eat too much and play sports. We must be sweaty. All right, Sheba Dog says, out for the count. Fook, yeah. Art Addicted says, get bent. It's very offensive in here tonight. Fungus says, get rich or go home. This is Monopoly plus football. So broke. This chat is everywhere. Every single one of these has been picked. Callie Mullally wrapping it up with authenticating aloofness because it's long, but let's see if we can not go too long for a consensus. And back to you.
Actually, Fungus, I can get with what you're saying because when families get together and play Monopoly, it can turn into a pretty football. It can turn into a contact sport, is what we're saying. So I see what you're saying there. You are seen. Know this. Speaking of people who are seen, Jordan Pomaville, you've heard, you've seen. What have you written?
I have. You know what? I'm with. Phil and Sam made very convincing arguments. Also, I feel like the chat made just okay arguments. The winner has to be Deathblow.
Ooh, is that the football as the actual Deathblow?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're running the option: pass, throw, or death.
See, this is what the NFL's been missing. All right, get Jordan Pomaville in there. He'll set you right. So Sam Kimbrell, a man of many arcs, and with the Viking family. What did you scrawl in blood there?
Ooh. I forgot, Matt Harris, that everyone in my family works in IT, which means we all use authenticator apps to log in securely to work-related, login things.
Very smart.
So, I mean, you're down once you're authenticating aloofness. I mean, come on. You can't be that careless. You can't be aloof when authenticating. You can't be aloof.
All right.
Back to you, Matt.
I see what's happening here. All right. I want to know what this flip-flopping thing is here and when the real Sam Kimbrell's going to show up. We went from Viking to authenticating aloofness.
Yeah, I don't know if this character choice was motivated.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
The family was murderers, not IT people.
It doesn't make sense that IT people are bloodthirsty animals. How dare you? IT people are the most vicious people everywhere. And look at Callie Mullally smart because we both chose authenticating aloofness.
I see. All right. Okay. Well, Phil Ranta, what's your authentic answer?
There was only one answer because the word herd agreed, and originally we all agreed that it's Death Blow. He's got a little grave that says Stuffing Champ. And then he's saying he's down. Like, that's how you know he's down, because the Stuffing Champ got killed.
Now, please tell me on your drawing that what I saw was it just so happened to be an errant pen stroke. And the one yelling down wasn't particularly excited about that. Is that what I'm seeing?
Nobody's excited about it. They're like, what there's one that's frowning because one of his family members died, and the other one is just
something Matt was pointing out.
Is
pointing up?
Is that whoever is yelling down has a raging erection? Like, that's what it just.
Oh yeah.
Be. And let me tell you, that makes it scarier. That makes it scarier. All right.
That was definitely a pen stroke gone awry, but it might be a Freudian pen stroke gone awry.
You never know. I mean, look, we have some very dirty virgin dominatrixes who are torturing us by changing up their answer and messing up the consensus. And as a matter of fact, Sam Kimbrell, seeing as how we have majority death blow here, argue your case.
I won't. Because I'm not that evil. However, I'm not choosing death blow like death. You see, as a virgin dominatrix who eats buckets of turkey and also works in IT, you're always looking to go down with a great death blow job. I choose death blow. Short for that. See? I got my way.
Well, however we got there, we got there.
Sniff that glove.
Wow.
Sniff the glove, smelled, eat the glove of bucket.
So, hey, congratulations to the Vin Diesel of words.
Ooh.
Because Death Blow, because you are Groot and family and all of that stuff.
I read my books a quarter page at a time.
And so you'll be receiving an unofficial NFT coming to you. And I really hope that there are people who are huddled around this with their families right now who are really just
no one's watching this anymore, Matt. They're done. They logged off after dominatrix.
No, because if anything, that is why they are tuned in. They're like, I need to see where this is going. Vin for the win is right. Congratulations to the Vin Diesel. As we move on to round 4 now. To those of you who may not know, round 4 is the 2-for round where you will need 2 cards to submit. So let's see what our round 4 family has come up with. The same people that put cranberries on their turkey think I'm weird because I put blank on my blank.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what the word herd submitted. The same people that put cranberries on their turkey think I'm weird because I put congratulations on my briquettes. I put seltzer on my finger food. I put tidbits on my malt. I put hardware on my feedstock. I put jelly donuts on my parts. I put tinkle on my hot dogs. All of them have to be read that way. I put cotton candy on my donkey. I put shrimp on my corn on the cob. I put eosin on my worm. I put fragrance on my cornhole. All of them have to be read in that voice. The winner will be read in that voice. But I think we're all the winner for seeing all of these. I mean, really. Oh, the places you will go and the places we are. So, Sam Kimbrell, I'm starting with you. What jumps out at you first?
Obviously, fragrance on my cornhole makes the most sense, right? Because there's a lot of people, including Grandma, who you're going to show your cornhole to during the holidays to show how well your year went. So you want it to smell well when you show your grandmother your cornhole. So there you go. I show my grandmother, who's dead, my butthole, and I put fragrance on it to let her know that I'm making enough money to kind of pay my bills.
I have so many questions that I don't want answered, but I really that are in there about how that exhibits one doing well or not. Look at that cornhole. You've done well for yourself, my boy, her corpse would say. But seeing as how We're not doing that.
Oh, is that polo? That's polo. I'm
That's
smelling.
polo, yeah.
Oh, that's
Last
an
year was-
expensive one.
Ooh.
That's an expensive one.
Uh-huh.
I saw that in a magazine ad.
Did you just take the sample from the magazine, just rub it on your cornhole?
Yeah, because I don't have enough money for toilet paper, so I steal
Right.
magazines. You know,
That'll
from
do it.
From the
Those are hard
gas
to come
station
by.
that apparently still has magazines. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, let's jump on over to Jordan Pomaville and see what you have to say about what jumps out at you first.
Well, jelly donut on my parts. I think for the same reasons that Sam was talking about fragrance on his cornhole, that jumps out. Tinkle on my hot dogs. Same area. The one that actually just made me laugh because of its bizarreness is because it felt like a Tim and Eric sketch was seltzer on my finger food. Just like, put some seltzer. I don't know, like a Stephen Brule, Tim and Eric thing. I don't know, where they're just dumping Trulies on chicken tenders.
I could see that as a commercial that they would do. Absolutely. Yeah. Feeling that. You hear that, Tim and Eric? Writer's room material. You understand that? Bring
Buy
it back.
this show.
Please.
Phil Ranta, what jumps out at you here?
See, I like seltzer on my finger food because it reminded me of the Tim Robinson thing, the sloppy steaks, where they were throwing water all over their steak.
Yeah, that's right.
I felt like there was a moment in one of those abstract comedy shows, and there's a lot of these that I like, though. I just like the visual of everyone thinks I'm weird because I put cotton candy on my donkey. It makes his fur pink, and people like that. I think that there's something fun about that. Also, shrimp on the corn of the cob. That sounds legit delicious.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Like they nailed it there because it's like, yeah, you're putting cranberry on your turkey. That's traditional. But that doesn't taste nearly as good as like shrimp on corn on the cob. That sounds delicious. I'm totally into that.
That's a grill skewer right there. That's what that is. That is a grill skewer.
I love that. I might actually try that one of these times. I love that Eosin still comes back, and we all know it's a die because that's been being submitted to the game shows for a while, which I love that exists. Ultimately, the one that made me laugh hardest because I'm this kind of guy is Tinkle on my hot dogs.
I mean, why wouldn't it? So let's get a tinkly feeling, guys. Let's start writing some things down, scrolling it out, seeing what we can get. And let's pop over to Sam Proof and the Word Herd, because I've been watching this comment stream go bananas over here.
Well, bananas would have fit with every other answer. You know how I always say there's just that one sentence people make me say? Okay, anyway. Funyun says, gotta have that cornhole smell good. Yep, that's a fact of life.
Well,
Yeah. Shiba Dog says, tinkle on hot dogs. Classic. Primo, man. Mighty fine. Classic hot dog condiment. Callie Molly says, oh man, the voice makes them all funny. That's accurate. Yeah, we'll have to keep that in heavy rotation. Irish says, I think this is, we're not right in the head. That's accurate. Yeah. Doge says, cover me in jelly donuts and throw my parts to the virgins. Thank you. Yes. So really just to Sam is what you're saying. Got it. Moonraven has left the building with just charming. Yes, we are, of course, the first date of game shows. This is the place you want to take your first date. Callie Mullally says, tinkle on my hot dog. It's pretty funny, too. Irish says, give your butthole a good spritz. Is spritz even a word out there? That we need to own that. Spin to Turtle. I am the great cornholio, and I need more fragrance for my cornhole. That's the best I can do with that. All right. Give me the best consensus for my cornhole. Back to you.
that was great. All right.
That was a great
that was
impression.
great.
Don't you
Well
dare sell yourself short on that. But speaking of impressions, let's see what our impressions are over here. See what I did there. And oh, okay. You were working down.
Yeah. No, a lot of choices, a lot of thinking. Sorry.
Well, no.
Here.
Hey, no. Hands free. All right. It is now time to see what it was you were working on. Jordan Pomaville, what'd you come up with?
Well, you know what? I was thinking fragrance on my cornhole. But then I thought, You remember those Kelvin stickers on the back of trucks?
I
They
do.
were like peeing on other makes of trucks.
I do.
I always think of that, but like it's like a hot dog thing. So I'm gonna go with tinkle on my hot dogs. Yeah,
That-
just because of
that-
the Calvin sticker.
I got you. I got you. And that would be weird behavior to be putting that kind of tinkle on your hot dog for sure. And so Sam Kimbrell, or whoever I may be talking to at this point, what did you choose?
Who's in there?
Oh goodness, I love this shot. Most of these answers are completely disrespectful to the American people, if you think about it. But you know what answer was not disrespectful to the American farmer was hardware on my feedstock.
Oh,
Hardware on my feedstock.
okay. All right. I mean, you know
People
what? That
think I'm
was,
crazy for that, but you put hardware on your feedstock, you're doubling your gallons of milk by at least 70%.
well, I'll tell you, that was a dark horse. That kind of just came galloping out of nowhere, and I'm here for it. I actually am. So, Phil Ranta, you've heard what everybody's been talking about. What are you talking about?
That wasn't come from. That was almost like tidbits on my molter. Congratulations on my briquettes come from behind. I think that what the answer was quite obvious from the word heard and everyone else. It's tinkle on my hot dog. That guy thinks that this is delicious, even though that hot dog's in a pile of urine. Like, this family thinks I'm weird because of this. I find this to be quite normal and delicious.
Yes, especially urine that would constitute a pile. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about a lot of urine at that point, if you can
A lot of
stack
urine.
it. All right, so we got two tinkle on the hot dogs, and we have Sam Kimbrell. So, is there any way that Sam Kimbrell can be swayed, or perhaps submitted to in a way that he is used to in his virginal ways?
You know, as a virgin dominatrix, oh god, this single, wow, virgin dominatrix, bucket of turkey eater, I gotta say, Phil's illustration featuring a soul patched guy pissing on a hot dog felt the most American that this show has ever been. So I'm going to support the boys in blue and go with tinkle on the hot dogs.
All right, tinkle on the hot
That's
dog.
the right answer.
I only have to imagine that the tinkle was coming from the other Phil Ranta drawing of the raging erection from someone who had just
That's true.
scored a
I
touchdown.
made it all the way over.
Congratulations to the XRP moon, to the excerpt moon, if I'm saying that correctly. You are the winner of our official unofficial NFT with the tinkle on the hot dog. And let me say it in the right voice. I put tinkle on my hot dogs.
That does make it sound better.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Everybody wants a little tinkle after that. And with that, woo! We have gone through journeys. We have gone through ups and downs. And we are on our final round. This is the golden special edition round for the golden special edition cards. So let's take a look at what our family came up with for number 5. Thanksgiving is a holiday celebrating the moment when Native Americans and pilgrims came together to blank. You know what? Let's end it. Let's end it on some
Let's
really
get canceled.
This feels
political
problematic.
on the eve of Indigenous Peoples Day.
It's love each other. The answer is
Love
love each other.
Yeah,
roll
we should just
credits.
say it's that,
Yeah.
and then like not be canceled.
Together.
I hope
the
you're-
comments
Like
watching, shut off your Twitch.
Yeah,
be
I hope
fine.
it doesn't say rimming grannies. Goodness.
Because we're doing it now. Let's see what the word herd came up with. Gonna make our bed and sleep in it. All right. So Thanksgiving is a holiday celebrating the moment when the Native Americans and pilgrims came together to selfie, came together to schmooze, came together to pregame, came together to party, came together to hatchet. Actually, accurate. Came together to double dip yams. Came together to living death. Came together to boogie. Came together to conquer memorization. Came together partying. Not to be confused with party. So with that, with what we have, you know what? Let's go to the man himself, who dare I say, looks the most pilgrim, Phil Ranta.
I feel the most pilgrim. Yeah.
Pilgrim head.
I would say, yeah.
I got a large head.
It's
That's
a
true
very
with the
pilgrim head, yeah.
and I like to wear the hat with the buckle on it. Why buckle? Because none of your business. What I really like is they come together to schmooze, because it makes me think that they're like trading business cards. Like, hey, so we're here. We plant maize and everything. So if you want it, here's my business card. Oh, I'm here with disease and ships and know-how from Europe. Here's my business card. Oh, thank you so much. Let's commemorate this.
I think that's how it is in Florida textbooks now. That it was just, it was all an arrangement. It was an exchange of business cards. That's
Exactly. And then yada yada yada. We're here, they're not, right? But yeah, the hatchet I think is because of its accuracy, but also said in a clever way. I really like that. Also, just something about conquer memorization makes me think of like those Mind Palace specials with the people that can memorize like 1,000 digits by like thinking of ducks inside of a house and stuff. I like the idea of all of them like, okay, pilgrims and Native Americans, sit down and we're going to figure out who can memorize the most digits of pi. And then they're like, pie, eh? Pumpkin pie? Thanksgiving!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where Thanksgiving came from in the Florida books advanced chapters that you'll get into in graduate school. Moving right along, Jordan Pomaville, what jumps out at you?
Well, Living Death, for the same reason as Hatchet, because I think that's kind of what happened afterwards. And then, of course, pregame, because as we all know, Thanksgiving is just a prelude to the biggest football games of the year. But like Phil, and this goes back to all my classes at the Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan, when we'd open our textbooks and it would say the first mixer, and it showed a pilgrim giving like a turkey to a Native American giving like corn to the pilgrim. And just the idea of them rubbing elbows, saying, "Hey, could you show me which plants are edible sometime? If you're free, could I just pick your brain on what I can and can't eat?" So Schmooze is right now for me the leader in the clubhouse.
Gotcha. Sam Kimbrell.
Well, Matt, I'll as you know, Matt.
Very well.
My great grandfather Hezekiah Kimbrell introduced the Native Americans to cell phones. So clearly, the answer here is selfie. If we're trying to be historically accurate.
And what a great contribution to history your family has made here. Explains a lot. Explains a whole lot. Maybe even some of the after Thanksgiving football practices. However, what we have here are quite the range of influences. So here's what we're going to do for that final time. Pick up your writing utensil. Hover it over your writing surface and wave it around like you just don't care, while we go over to Sam Proof and the Word Herd one last time to see what they have to say.
All right, Spin to Turtle right away trying to get us canceled with the answer is Hatchet because they love to take scalps.
No.
I'm just going to move on to the next one.
Yikes.
Fungus.
He means
Fungus
the pilgrims.
says, yams for the fams on Thanksgiving. There you go. Like that. Callie Malley back in yams with DD Yams, which hopefully you saw the prompts because that could be taken differently. Art Addicted says, boogie down holiday party. All right, one boogie. Doge says, partying people that party together. Wait, this is a one-word round. Yeah, that was a mouthful. Thank you. And Mogwai's Shadow is clearly still laughing it up from last round and had the voice to text just broke because Mogwai says Hatchet because that's more of like how I open right. That was it. I think we should check on Mogwai. And that's it for our chat. So it's still pretty open. Let's take it back to the panelists and see if they can come to a consensus.
And really, I mean, if Thanksgiving was nothing, it was people trying to come to a consensus. So before we embark on this American holiday, Let's kick it off in the only way official. And I'm not talking about football. I'm not talking about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I am talking about a consensus on Own Every Word, the game show, because that is the only way that we do Thanksgiving here in the United States of the America. So, Phil Ranta, where did you land with this?
Look, to me there was only one right answer, and a lot of the word herd agreed. We had some consensus here. However, I don't want to get canceled because we've almost been doing this show for a year now. So I'm going with Hatchet, but we were unable to find the image there. There's just no right way to do a drawing for it. But I think that Hatchet is the most historically accurate, and the way that it's said is a little more lyrical than just like, oh, they done murdered each other.
Cannot argue with that. And so we go to Jordan Pomaville. Now, you usually put a positive spin on things. Where did you land on here?
Yeah, and today I will again, Matt, because I also don't want to get canceled, and I'm going to try a little harder than Phil and just avoid Hatchet and say, hey, double dip yams. hey, yams for Thanksgiving. Grandma makes candied yams. You can double dip the yams. Oh, pilgrims, Native Americans enjoying double dip yams.
Yeah. See, this puts me in a unique position, if I may interject here just for a second, to really watch you all squirm and really over the possibility of being canceled, because for me personally, and this is me, this is not on every word. This is Matt Harris behind the mic saying that for me, this type of guilt is what I love on my turkey.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Hey, at least we didn't launch this project on FTX. Give us some credit. We did okay.
I'm here for it, and now I know what I'm thankful for.
Double dip yams.
That's the only way to dip my yams. And so let's bring it home. Sam Kimbrell. Now we have a non-canceled Hatchet. We have an even double dip yams on not being canceled. I know a lot of things about you, but where do you land here?
Well, Matt, as you know, oh boy, yeah, woo. Matt, as you know, I'm getting tired of my fellow panelists bitching me out for not choosing what they chose. So I picked something that I thought they would choose, but there are a couple of fuck-arounds. I chose schmooze. That's what they're going for. I thought that's what they were going for.
I would go for schmooze. I love schmooze. I didn't think schmooze had a chance, so I bailed on schmooze, but I love schmooze.
Well, you know what? I look at this immediate reconciliation.
Damn, I love schmooze.
I would say two for schmooze. We got two for schmooze.
Elaine, I love schmooze.
It's very good at that, pretty well. Jordan Pomaville, listen, that's two for schmooze. What do you say?
I'll tell you what I say. Jerry, yeah, you gotta, you schmooze them. I don't know.
Hey,
that was perfect.
Hey.
No, you commit to that, and it was fine. Schmooze is the winner, everybody.
Hey.
Wouldn't we rather have it that way? Schmooze is the winner. Now, congratulations to the submitter of Schmooze. Your name will be coming up here soon. You should be looking for your official, and it was a good Kramer. Oh, Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
We call you Quill. Congratulations. Thank you for taking us home on a very, very pleasant thought. And with that, that's the show, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for tuning in to us here on Own Every Word, the game show. But before we go, Sam Kimbrell, where can the people find you?
They can find me in the back alley with my bucket of turkey.
I will meet you there. Jordan Pomaville, where can they find you?
I'm going to be down at the bar, seeing everyone from high school.
Hey.
Boo, boo, boo. Happy Thanksgiving to you two, Irish lunatic and Phil Ranta. Where can the people find you?
I'm going to be back on my computer working on the Kronos migration happening on the 30th. The next drop happening on, it's now the 23rd because apparently Crypto.com has the 24th off, but it's going to go through Christmas. We're going to be announcing the next theme on the prompts that are going to go up hopefully tonight, as long as the kids are going to bed properly. That's usually what delays it. And then also, we're going to have the prizes redeemed from the ones that went out wrong last time, and then the new prizes from this time. And then I think I got everything covered. The game, then the web-based game is going to launch shortly after the migration. It's going to be a busy December. I haven't slept much. I'm not going to sleep
The theme
much.
restaurant obviously is opening in February.
Yes,
Everywhere
exactly.
theme
Yeah.
restaurant, yeah.
We have
Guess what?
Jack
We're
Corey.
selling buckets of turkey, everybody.
There we go.
Oh well, hey,
The word whole turkey bucket.
And stuffing champ t-shirts. Orlando.
you have to win those. All right, you have to win those. Know that. Thank you all for watching, everybody. Look, I'm Matt Harris. Be sure to find us on crypto.com/NFT to follow all of our drops. And if you want to play along next time, go to owneveryword.com. Join us every 7:30. 10:30 Eastern. It's time for the death blow. It's time for the tinkle on the hot dogs. Happy Thanksgiving to you all, and to all a good night.
Night.
Thank you.
Tinkle on the hot dogs.